All right. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. As I had promised earlier, I said I was going to come back here live to talk about the campaign. We are moments away from it closing. 7 more minutes, and the campaign closes. And we're still at, we didn't make it even to $1,000. We did not make it to $1,000. Qadar ma shafa. So this is my last appeal to ask of you all to give. Inshallah. Give so that my friend can be reunited with her daughter. That her daughter can be uh, in a safe place. Um, that she can be rescued from her father and anyone else that is harming her or allowing harm to happen to her. Astaghfirullah, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Assalatu Wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Um, Thank you all so much for joining. For those of you who are unfamiliar with me or how to pronounce my name, I'm Radia Hutchin. I'm here to share with you that we now have 6 minutes, 6 more minutes to give to this campaign before it closes so that um, we can help to bring my friend's daughter home. She was kidnapped. She was literally kidnapped by law enforcement. How can this happen? People have asked me, how can this happen? What about Child Protective Services? Because not only is she being physically attacked, but she's also being sexually attacked or abused. And so, unfortunately, قدر الله ما شاء. It is as Allah decreed. The father and his side of the family is connected to a group of people that are very powerful. I'll just leave it at that. There will be more details forthcoming, inshallah. Um, I can't speak publicly about those things. Um, but if anybody wants to see any proof of what I'm saying, I can give you additional information aside from what's excuse me on the campaign. So this is why I came. There's only a few more minutes left. Four more, excuse me, 4 more minutes for you all to give to this campaign. Excuse me. What if this was your daughter? What if this was your daughter that was taken from you? We're supposed to enjoin good and forbid evil. And in our case, none of us can do anything physically ourselves, but by helping to contribute to this campaign, we can hire those who can. That's what this is about. And that's the first and the highest level of Iman. So, need to see some hearts, some thumbs up. Am I not speaking the truth? Um, and that's in regards to enjoining good and forbidding evil. If we are unable to physically do anything ourselves, then we must say something. And this is why I created, Allah inspired me to create, to be the voice, to be the one in front of you talking about this case. Why it resonates so much with me is because I have children. I'm a mother. And this could be my child. It could be your child. What would you do if your child, at first you thought the child was missing, come to find out the child was actually kidnapped? What would you do? I tried to get this campaign through Launch Good. And at first, it was going. From my understanding, there was someone, and I have to approach them about this because they didn't bother to give me the money. $150 was raised. When they realized, I guess, there's only certain things that they are able or willing to do, they shut the whole campaign down. So we had no choice but to use GoFundMe. And they take out so many fees. So 1 minute, literally 1 minute. One more minute before this campaign ends officially. I think you can probably still give, but we were trying to raise this money in 30 days. Something is better than nothing, even if you just have $1. That dollar can go towards the fees that they're going to have to pay them just to get the amount that was raised, $990. They need 26,000, but couldn't even get 1,000. No one cares enough. This is a Black American child. Who cares, right? Well, I'll tell you who cares. Those who keep kidnapping us, who keep taking our body parts. They care. We are valued. I saw a video. It came out of the mouth of a woman in Thailand. The Black woman, especially if she's an American Black woman, for whatever reason, she is worth $100 million. $100 million. We can be bought, we could be kidnapped, and $100 million can be made off of us. And that's not, she was saying the body parts, that wasn't putting us into trafficking. That was just killing us and taking our body parts and selling them on the black market. Period. So I'm talking about a 12-year-old child, a 12-year-old little girl who's defenseless. And you all don't care enough to give $1. I promise you, this won't be the last you hear about it. Even though we haven't raised this money, I think we're going to have to go to the media. I think that's the next step, to go ahead and go to the media. You all don't either you don't believe it, I don't know, or you don't care. It's one or the other. That you wouldn't even give $1. I know we're in a recession. And there's something I can help you in regards to that. I wouldn't be asking this if you couldn't benefit from it too. How can you benefit? Tawasul. Tawasul is a concept. Can't even explain it in a word to translate it word for word. It's a concept that you use. I talk about it in my video. That to enhance the dua that you would want or need to say or should say, you call upon Allah by His attributes, whichever is applicable to your situation. Why? Because you have a need or a desire or a want, yet you have money. This family, my friend's family, needs it. You have a need or a want or a desire. And one sure way to do that is if you are not being selfish with this money that Allah has given you. You didn't get this yourself. This is a ni'mah. This is a blessing from Allah. Just as He gave it to you, He can take it away. So back to this tawasul. Figure out what attribute of Allah is applicable to your situation your need, your want, your desire, if it's health and you want a healing, you give only for Allah's pleasure and seeking only reward from Him. Okay? Ya Al-Jabbar, the fixer. He can fix, he can heal. How do we know this? He says he can cure everything with the exception of death. Many of us have seen this. We've seen miracles. We've read about them, especially if you're reading the Quran or know anything about the Quran, which is the last book revealed by Allah, God, the Creator, to all of mankind. It's not the book of the Muslims, it's the last book of all of mankind. Okay, so Ya Al-Jabbar, the fixer, heal me. Those of you who have high blood pressure, cancer, whatever the dis-ease is, the illness is, maybe you're in pain, maybe you're paralyzed and you want to be healed. Ya Al-Jabbar, fix me, heal me completely. If I truly gave whatever you gave or are giving for the help of this family, if it's $1 even, $1. Because I don't think you can give less than $1. So I think you have to at least give $1. Even with that, you can be rewarded as long as your intentions are pure and you're doing what I said, glorifying Allah, calling upon Him by His attributes, sending praise and salawat upon Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, asking Allah for what it is that you need, then saying, glorifying Allah again, sending salams upon Prophet Muhammad again, Ameen. And inshallah, Allah will answer your dua as He's going to answer the dua that we have, many of us have, for my friend's the mother and the daughter to be reunited, to be safe, for justice to be done in a way that is befitting His Majesty. We don't know what that looks like. When we ask Allah to bring justice to a situation, only He knows what that's going to look like. So, it's well beyond 12 midnight. It is technically Sunday here in North America, on the East Coast in particular. And so I just wanted to come on here one last time to just make that appeal. I said I would do that as much as possible for the time of the campaign, it being live. Like I said, I do believe you can still give, but we were aiming for the 26,000. We couldn't even get 1,000. So I do believe, inshallah, Allah will reveal a better way. Because there's truly an injustice is being done. And, the mother is constantly reminding the daughter to make dua. Dua of the oppressed is always answered. So, inshallah, she's doing that. She goes between being hopeless to, being willing to make dua for herself. That Allah remedy this situation for her. And she does believe, she has said it out of her own mouth, that Allah has something great in store for her. Only He knows what that is. And I believe it too, because this story is going to be just as big, if not bigger, than the story that is now a movie about sex trafficking. The man who helped, I believe it was 12 children to get released from those involved in sex trafficking in Miami. I had the pleasure of being in the audience when he told his story long before it became a movie. And I believe, because we know we have to get the Supreme Court involved, that this is going to be the case in this situation too. Wa Allahu alam. So that's what I wanted to share. I do thank you all for those of you who are listening, those of you who, for whatever reason, you're opting only to make dua, if that. Some of you sharing, you know, I don't want whatever you have done to go unnoticed. Only Allah knows what you've done. If you've had what is the weakest of iman and feeling bad in your heart, that does still, it still counts, but not as much. That's why it's last. So, okay, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, Allahumma barak. Yeah, and I have broken Arabic. My Arabic is limited. Um, I usually rely upon my children. I don't know where here is. I'm in North America. Um, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Allahumma barik. All right. So I'm gonna get off here because it's late. And I have to prepare for my room on Clubhouse. You all are more than welcome to join me. This is in regards to a conversation long overdue, with regards to children who had been treated harshly, or uh, it, raised in rigidness and strictness, and all by the hands of those who adhered to cultish behaviors, of those who were a part of Salafism. So the children who were affected by this want to speak. And inshallah, I'm hoping that some of these parents who actually did some of the damage speak, that this is the start of some healing that's long overdue. Inshallah. That conversation will be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in my clubhouse called Taking Care 5 Before 5. So I hope some of you all will be able to join me. I'll see if I can go live. If I'm able to go live, it will probably be via my StreamYard, which is attached to my Facebook, LinkedIn, and what's the other one? Oh, YouTube. So, yeah, inshallah. All right. Thank you all so much again for joining. Barakallahu fikum. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And as I always say, be resilient as well, inshallah.